game is between your Southeast Seminoles and the Bayshore Bruins. The starting lineup for Bayshore. Number 1, Marcus Williams. Number 3,
Live from Southeast High School in Bradenton, Florida, SCTV, Southeast High School Sports presents Southeast Seminole Basketball. Tonight, the Bayshore Bruins invade the Seminole Nation in this regular season district game. The Noles are currently 9-4 overall with a 0-1 district record. I'm Greg Alexandria, and I'll be describing all of the talent in tonight's contest. And sitting next to me is my partner, Greg Washington, and he'll be giving you the color.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Seminole Alley as we check out this highly contested crosstown rivalry. We're looking forward to a very good game tonight, very competitive. Most of the kids know each other, grew up together, played youth ball together. So it's good to have some lively action tonight.
So right now, as we have the introductions of the starter players for the Seminoles, this is usually a heated rivalry when you have a crosstown foe that's not only a crosstown foe but also a district foe. You've got to think it's going to be a hard-fought game. First game played this season was won by Bayshore over in the Bayshore Gymnasium. They won by 6 points, and so with something like that, you got to think Southeast is looking to have a little bit of revenge. In addition to having a little bit of revenge, they're also going to be looking to even up their district record. What do you think about that?
Yes, I think the Seminoles are trying to bounce back and even up their district record to 1-1.
One of the very few home games that Southeast has this year. From what I understand, they are road warriors. Being road warriors, they're traveling a lot. So when you have these home games, you got to take advantage of the band, take advantage of the stand, the fans in the stands, and take advantage of the home court. Looking to push the game up court, we've got Jalen Washington passing. He's wide open up top. Double team in the corner. Jalen drives, kicks out. We've got Malik Huggins immediately looking to drive baseline and turns the ball over. I think he was looking for a bailout to have number 15, Kavion Johnson, drop down.
Yeah,
Seminoles.
Malik got caught down in the corner and picked up his dribble.
Rebound, number 21 goes back in. Second rebound tapped away. Number 10, Alex Pettifree, he's a junior, pushes the ball up front, looking to get the proper spacing as coach calls a play. Jalen saws a lane, kicks out, and that's a 3-ball by Malik Huggins.
That is a nice pass and a nice shot. They didn't force it, they worked it in. Nice result on the play.
Malik Huggins, Jalen Washington, Kavion Johnson, Isaiah Pettifree, all juniors for the Southeast Seminoles. You've seen a majority of their games. Give us a rundown of the season so far as number 25 tries to kick the opposite corner. Nice rebound by number 15. Dribbling the ball in, kicked it back out, swing one more, wide open. Jalen Washington in and out. Air ball, but out of bounds. Going Bayshore's way.
The Seminoles, they've played a lot of stiff competition. They've done a lot of run and gun, a lot of pressing this season. You can see they're not a real big team, but they're very fast and athletic team. So they're going to have to try to neutralize Bryce Brewer inside.
Rebound again. He's gotten 2 or 3 rebounds on his own. That's Bryce Brewer. Big Bryce, number 21. Defensively, steps in front, gets away from a foul call. We're going to have baseline out. Looking at Malik, surveying the land, gets it up top.
Got a nice inbound play here.
Jalen drives and kicks. And that looks like a late whistle for a foul. We got that foul on number 25, Isaiah Pettifree. Please forgive me if I am butchering a name. They did not give me the phonetic spelling.
It is Pettifree.
Okay, good. There we go. Read and work for me. There's a steal. Number 10. Looks like he wants the Euro. Gives a nice little floater. Nice body control.
And that was Alex Pettifree.
So we got two Pettifrees in the starting lineup. Number 10 and 25. So if you hear just first names, don't think we are not looking to give the kids everything they need. That ball looks like it was going out of bounds on Southeast, but.
And going back to that turnover that Alex made earlier, he's known for that. He was a defensive back on the football team, and he led the team in interceptions this year.
Okay. Nice two-way player. Number 11, Brock Fletcher. Brock Fletcher for Bayshore. Puts 2, evens it up at 5. Quickness, stopping on a dime, up and in, 2 for 2. Good start for Malik Huggins.
A nice
Now
baseline
they're
jumper.
playing this zone press to force Bayshore to be uncomfortable dribbling the ball. There's gaps in the zone. And if you attack it the same way that Bryce did, you can find some success. Bryce has had a couple of attempts for a layup and a couple of rebounds, but this is the first bucket he's gotten to go down. So we tied the score up 7-7. Hotly contested ball game as we expected.
It looks like Bryce surprised the Southeast defense on that play. In the first game, he didn't dribble the ball at all. It looks like he surprised them by taking the ball to the basket, something he's added to his repertoire.
Ball getting swung to the corner. Pendergrass with a drive and forces it up, goes up with his own rebound, gets it blocked again. This Bayshore team is tenacious. They are sticking with the ball. They're trying to win the 50-50 game. Ball getting swung around, trying to get outside and solve that zone of Southeast. There's
another
a steal
by Alex Pettifree.
A finish.
Seems like both teams are trying to rely on their athleticism and trying to out-jump one another instead of boxing each other out.
Alex with the no-look pass. Looks like they were trying to figure out, was that pass for Malik? Was that pass for Jalen? Ball goes out of bounds. Unfortunately, we got a turnover for the Seminoles. Golden opportunity. When you get a steal in the backcourt like that, you're really looking to take advantage of that. It should have been a layup.
Yeah, the Seminoles are running a 2-2-1 press. Just trying to slow down Bayshore, make them use up the play clock.
Hand down, man down. That's number 11, Brock Fletcher. Takes advantage of open shot and gets the 3. Sloppy with the ball is
Malik Huggins.
And
Bayshore turns it over and gives it back.
Is number 2, Legend Ray. Legend Ray with a steal and a turnover. Got to take care of the basketball on both sides, especially when you're looking at a close game. As soon as we say that, we see a steal, a turnover, a turnover. All right, both teams, maybe it's a little anxiousness, maybe it's a little nervousness, but outside of that, the team that settles down first is going to be the team that's able to stay ahead. That's a 3-point shot that was made by Malik Huggins. Malik Huggins is 3 for 3.
Yeah, both teams are very careless with the ball. I think they're just trying to work out the butterflies and the jitters.
Got a nice crowd here at Seminole Alley on John Harder Court.
There's another turnover by Bayshore.
Now, Malik has been really active looking for that jumper. You think he's looking to drive. He's stopping on a dime. He's that type of athlete. Reminds you of the type of player that he is on the football field.
Yes, I think they're not going to do as many driving tonight as they did in the first game. Southeast was called for 10 offensive charges in the first game. So I think tonight
ball is working.
They're going to do a lot more pull-up jumpers.
3 ball is working. You got to see if Coach Dwight Gilmer is going to change his defense. 5-point lead by the Seminoles. Any lead is a big lead in a game like this. Driving middle, kicked up front. Again, sloppy with the ball. 3-ball up and in. Answer. Brock Fletcher slowly putting together a very nice game. It's his second open 3 that he's knocked down. No hesitation with a 3-ball from either team. Waited for it a little bit. Up and out. Legend Ray with the rebound. Up to Pendergrass. Pendergrass pushes forward with the nice assist while he's falling down to Bryce Brewer. Bryce Brewer making his presence known inside.
Yeah, Southeast has to have better transition defense.
Okay, one thing that I would tell us is making sure that those rebounds, taking advantage of those opportunities. We got some good equipment over here, buddy. We're gonna need you, Mr. Ray, to not add this to the school budget. I don't know if I was more worried about the monitor or my Red Bull.
Probably your Red Bull.
I think so. All right, that's the first miss for Malik. Missed it wide and outside.
I would like to see both teams work the ball inside instead of settling for threes all the time.
All right, that's a freshman, ladies and gentlemen, number 14, Simeon Robbie. That is a freshman with the drop step vertical, and yes, he is above the rim on that.
He's a very exciting player.
Athletic high flyer for the Bayshore Bruins. Learning the rest of the skill set for basketball as we push the ball up. Number 5 with a nice pass. We've got number 10. He tried to take a charge. Ball pushed ahead by Jalen. Up again. And number 15, Kavion Johnson finishes.
Very nice high-flying alley-oop.
Do we call that a dunk? Greg, I don't know.
I wouldn't call it a dunk, but I give him an A for effort.
The kids on YouTube may call that a dunk and say he caught a body. I'm going to say not so much. It was a hard layup, though.
I'll just call it a nice lay-in.
We'll call it a nice lay-in. He finished the alley-oop. That's
he
an
finished
assist.
the play.
Ball came to him. He finished the play, did what he's supposed to do.
That's the
end of the first quarter. Game tied up 17-17. We are live at Seminole Alley. John Harder Court. We've got the pep band in the building. Greg Alexandria on the call. Greg Washington, my partner tonight. Make sure you keep up with all of SETV's broadcasts and updates by following us on social media and on our website. Visit our Facebook page at facebook.com/SEHS Television for links to all of our live broadcasts and updates on the program. We're also on Instagram at SEHS Television, and there you can find more behind-the-scenes footage from our students and our program director. Our website is setv.news. You can find all the broadcasts and check in on what our students are doing. Be sure to follow us and make sure to subscribe to this, our YouTube channel, and like it while you're there.
So far, it's been a very fast-paced game. That first quarter just flew by. I don't know if both teams are going to be able to keep this pace up for the entire game.
When you think about where they are in the season, both teams are game worn. They're moving up and down the court. First quarter of a district game and a crosstown rival game. You got to think that first quarter, that's how they're going to come out. They're going to come out guns blazing. The 3-ball was very prevalent. I think the team that is able to dictate the pace on defense is going to be the team that wins. You got to get a bucket, stop, but you cannot let another team get on the run, as we've seen several times. That was a nice baseline drive and attack by Isaiah Pettiford.
Yes,
a junior.
A big key to this game is going to be defensive rebounds.
It's another
Stopping
steal by
second-chance baskets.
Alex. Up and friendly roll by Malik Huggins.
Well, he's at home. He knows how the baskets are here. So
that's what it is. He practices on them every day?
Every day.
Okay.
So a little sweet English off the backboard, some home cooking.
We've got the defense phonetically looking to get another turnover. Hands in the passing lane, and there it is. We got a pickup and a collision. Nice show of sportsmanship. Number 5, Devon Randall, picking up number 15, Kavion Johnson. Legend Ray taking the ball up the court, surveying the land. Extending that zone is Malik Huggins. Malik's got his hands down, trying to use his feet to fake them into a mistake. Wow, that was quite the rainbow shot. Wide open in the middle. I think he missed a play on that one.
There's another offensive rebound by the Bruins.
Inside, and he short on that one. He was thinking about the contact. Malik fakes the pass, puts up another air ball. Bayshore wisely lets the ball go out of bounds so they can get a second and get that win. Now you start to see teams settling down. This is the opportunity for the team that executes the most to take the lead.
Yeah,
We've got the home Seminoles up 21-17, wide open, moving up the court, pass, and we're going back to the Seminoles.
Yes, I haven't seen either team run any offensive plays to this point. It's just been up and down the court, run and gun. I like to see some offensive sets and make the defense work.
Well, you got to be fortuitous, and if they're giving open shots and you're dropping them, you got to take advantage of that. Now you got to think it's been a couple of air balls by both teams on that 3 ball, so now you want to see what's inside, work that ball inside out. Neither team has a tremendously tall player, but going up and getting that rebound, climbing the skyscrapers. Nice pass, kicked it to the corner again. Corner jumper in and out. Got number 21, Bryce Brewer with another rebound, another steal. We've got to be at 5 steals now for number 10, Alex Pettifer.
On the football field, he's a ball hawk and is carried over to the basketball court.
That's a great thing about when he steals the ball, though. If you watch him, he pauses for just a second to survey the land. You haven't seen him take it all the way on his own. He's always looking to kick that ball ahead and does what you'd want a point guard to do in that instance.
Yes, he does. He's a very smart player. He's been playing the game for a while. It's kind of an
Jalen with a
extension of
jump
the coach.
stop and a wild hook. As a dad, I've been in that seat. Kind of hard for you not to yell at him. You gotta cover your mouth up a little bit.
Yeah, I have to bridle my tone tonight, but we'll talk about this later on.
Talk about that later on. Proud tradition here at Southeast High School. Basketball, football, very athletic school. One of the only schools that had a Mr. Basketball and Mr. Football as the same person. I believe this is the only school that's done that in the history of Florida athletics.
Yes, it is. And we're also one of the only schools, there's only like 5 schools in the state that has a Mr. Basketball and a Mr. Football. We're fortunate to have 3 Mr. Basketballs coming out of Southeast, and Clifford Rozier, LeBron Williams, and Adrian McPherson. That's a nice 3-ball by Malik Huggins.
Now, Mr. Huggins, I got to see who he's looking at. Every time he knocks down that 3-ball, he's looking on the sideline as if somebody told him he would not be open or wouldn't be wet. Got to travel. Oh,
Turnover.
10-second call, 10-second call. You don't see that a lot, especially in the high school ranks. Usually we're getting the ball up quick, and that slow down, trying not to dribble, just getting the ball and passing it from left to right. Unfortunately, went into a turnover. Jalen looking for the first shot today, in and out. Wasn't an air ball, wasn't out of character. It was a wide open shot. Ball hawking, number 25, bringing the double team over. It's going to be sideline out for the Bruins. We've got number 11, Brock Fletcher, coming back. You want to look for Brock to sneak in on that sideline and sit in that corner. If there's a drive and a penetration, he's going to be open, and he hasn't been shy about taking that shot. There he is, ball to the corner, and it's out of bounds.
Looks like he dribbled the ball out of bounds from the baseline.
got a substitution. Number 24, Cortez Goldsmith. Cortez Goldsmith coming in for the Bruins right now. We got 4 minutes and change left in the second quarter. Seminoles have extended their lead 24-17. It's been a few minutes since we've seen a score from Bayshore, so we want to see if they can turn their defense into offense. Oh. Nice way to move up the middle. That's Kerry Dixon. Kerry Dixon, he's a senior, finds a seam.
That was nice offensive execution by the Seminoles. That's what I want to see more of tonight.
Legend got the ball up the court and a wild layup. He did try and take advantage of the seams. Malik going down the baseline, and he travels. Doesn't like the call from the ref. Some of the fans agree with them. Referees letting them know you took a few steps in addition to your hop step. That's a great move on the football field. Not going to work here in the basketball court, though.
Yeah, it only works for James Harden and LeBron James.
Absolutely.
Bayshore is having a lot of problems with this Southeast pressure.
Nice catch, nice finish. Way to slow down. They have not found a way to solve that zone yet. You got to pass, you got to move. Get the ball up, look to the middle. You can find some openings.
Good defensive rotation for the Seminoles.
Southeast is moving very naturally towards all of the passing lanes and keeping their hands up. So you see a lot of deflections to go along with a lot of steals. 28-17, 28-17. We've got an 11-point lead for the Seminoles at home with 3 minutes left in the quarter. Number 3. Rebound inside. And Brock from the corner. That is Brock Brewer from the corner. Jalen with the Euro. A little bit of English, not enough. And he's got the foul called on him.
Yeah, I think that was a frustration foul for missing the layup.
Once he gets that first one to fall, he'll get a little comfortable. It wasn't a bad shot. The lane was there. Good rotation on the Seminole zone. Playing a zone press. We've got
Travis
Pendergrass.
Is that Travis or that Trevez?
That's Trevez.
That's Trevez.
That's Trevez.
He has a twin brother.
He has a twin Travis. I knew what you were on to that time. My roster tells me Travis is not playing basketball tonight.
Okay.
Up, in, off the glass, using the English. Now, if I'm Bayshore, waiting as long as they have to get the ball in is giving the Seminoles a chance to set up that press. Their pressure on that press with the lack of easy charge call.
Yeah, Alex got a little out of control.
With the lack of transition defense from Bayshore has led to some easy baskets. We got an 8-point lead, 30-22. And we've got a full timeout that's called. Full timeout is called. Looks like that is on the Seminoles. So what did you see so far, Mr. Washington?
So far, Bayshore has been able to get a lot of offensive rebounds, but they haven't been able to handle the Seminoles' pressure defense. And it's kind of a soft half-court trap. And Southeast is making them play fast, and they're turning the ball over.
You can tell sometimes when teams are used to dribbling the ball and seeing easy open lanes. It's not happening tonight. They're taking away those open lanes and they're making them pass the ball. Their rotations have been quick enough and their hands are out. So they've been very active on trying to eliminate the middle of the court. If you cut the middle of the court out and force it up the sidelines, it brings an extra defender, and the Southeast has been masterful in doing that tonight.
And if you paid attention, Bayshore has smaller guards. Southeast has a little bigger guards, but the length of Southeast guards is actually giving Bayshore a lot of problems.
Absolutely, absolutely. Again, number 10, Alex Pettifer, has at least 5 steals in the first half. So you want to keep an eye on that, see if he'll remain active and looking for the ball the way he has been. A little wide open. We got a pass and a kick, getting it to the sidelines now.
It's nearly another steal by
Pendergrass-
Corey Dixon.
Pendergrass thought about it when he passed the ball, and he hesitated. That gave Dixon enough time to get his hands in. Coach Gilmer, not a fan of that. Coach Gilmer is very familiar to the Seminole Nation. Not only is he a former assistant coach for the varsity and a head coach on JV here with the Seminoles, but he also was a player here. Did you have an opportunity to play with Coach Gilmer?
I did not. He was a senior when I was a freshman. I was on the junior varsity and he was on the varsity, but we used to scrimmage the varsity a lot, so got a chance to go at it in practice.
Okay. Those that don't know, Mr. Washington is a product of the Seminole Nation. Played both sports, 2 sports, basketball and football.
And track.
And track. All right, 3-sport letterman. It's another 3-ball by Malik. Looking at his fan club on the side.
Yes, it's another turnover by Bayshore. This press is really giving them
Malik
problems.
with a nice razzle-dazzle. Beautiful thing
And
about
one.
that is when you finish it. Now, if you put that much on the play and you don't finish it, what happens? Not only did you finish it, but you were able to get the and one. That will hit somebody's top 10. Put that on YouTube.
Maybe Sports Center will run it later on tonight.
And former Southeast players. I'd like to shout out to our very own Worldwide West, or our own version of Worldwide West, Eastside E, Coach Elliot Washington. I know he's tuned in. Floyd Watkins, former coach out here with the Seminoles, is tuned in as we got an answer from number 11, Brock Fletcher, three the easy way.
Right now, Brock is really keeping Bayshore in this game. Without Brock, right now, this could easily be a 20-point game.
So we've got 2 and 1 plays back to back. And the foul shot makes it a 10-point game. We've got 39 seconds left. I want to give a shout out to one of the former players, Aaron Foster, affectionately known as Mop, one of my surrogate sons. He played for the Seminoles out here. Mop is doing some great things for our country, serving our country in the Air Force, and he is tuned in. We can't say where he is, but he is safe, and he is watching, and he's a proud Seminole fan on the other side of the world. So we want to salute him and all of the Seminoles that have gone out and had an opportunity to serve our country.
Thank you, Aaron, for the service to our country and being a good role model for the kids of this neighborhood.
Young man has had an opportunity to start a basketball team. Great pass on the spin, and the refs are looking, and they count it. Nice showtime on the final play. Great way to end the half and give your team the lead and the momentum going in. We're going to take a quick break, get a couple of PSAs, and have an opportunity to talk a little bit about the game and get back into another great night of Seminole basketball. All right, back from action and halftime. You can hear it is a great atmosphere tonight for Southeast Seminoles. We have got the good guys up 38-26. We've got a minute left before the half starts. I'm Greg Alexandria. I've got my partner Greg Washington sitting in with me tonight. Mr. Washington, give us a recap of the first half, sir.
Well, what I've seen a lot is the Southeast pressure is really giving Bayshore problems. They're turning the ball over. They're forcing them to play fast right into the Seminoles' hand. They're not able to take advantage of the size that they have inside with Mr. Bryce Brewer. So it's working in the Seminoles' favor.
One of the things that you want to look at is tempo. And I think we said it early second quarter, the team that controls the tempo is going to be the team that ends up on top. And we definitely saw Southeast controlling the tempo at a greater pace than Bayshore in the spurts that happened. You want to try and get a couple stops in a row. First team to do that is usually going to build up upon the lead, and the Seminoles were able to accomplish that goal often in the second quarter. We've got another 8-minute quarter getting ready to start right now. It's the third quarter. It is the second meeting between these two crosstown rivals. It's a district game. Day after a holiday Monday. Ball in the corner, looking to force it inside and not able to take advantage. Unable to take off where he left off is number 11 Brock Fletcher, but he did what I love to see a young person do. He didn't complain about missing the shot. He got back into play and stole the ball at half court from Malik Huggins. Malik with an in-and-out dribble, loses it for a second, is able to keep his head up. Turned down a good shot for a better shot, let the ball go around, and it got right back to him. Able to jump up and tap the ball out. We've got Legend Ray in and out dribble, inside for the layup, a little out of control, did not finish. Malik slows down, surveys the land, thought about taking a three-point shot. Instead, he settles for an assist. Great thing about an assist is not only does it make you happy, but it makes me happy because we did it as a team.
And it also makes the team happy. It makes the coach happy. It keeps everyone involved.
Absolutely. You love it when a point guard's able to keep everybody involved. Pendergrass answers back with a three of his own.
Looks like the game plan for Bayshore in the second half is try to get the ball inside to the big man, Bryce Brewer.
Haven't been successful so far. Left open threes. And we've got two dueling threes to start this quarter off. 41-29, 41-29 in favor of the Seminoles. In and out, up and down. We've got Malik Huggins hitting the ground, a little slow to get up and limping just a bit. It's a football player, so he's kind of tough. You got to think that getting banged up a little bit during the football season and then the basketball season right after that, you don't want to see your point guard, especially if he is your starting quarterback, have that. Speaking of quarterback, he let that a little too close to the end zone, out of bounds. Got Bayshore side out happening right now.
Yeah, Southeast look like they want to continue to play fast, but they're playing a little sloppy coming out in the second half. Need to slow the ball down, make better passes, and they probably can pull away with this lead.
When you have a team that goes up decisively in one quarter and you got that break at halftime, you start thinking that everything's going to work. What you don't understand is that their coach is going to make adjustments as well and challenge his team not to lay down. And that's something that Dwight Gilmer is going to do. You know how he coached when he was out here. You know how he played. So you want to have an opportunity to really get his team back in and get the best out of those young men. If you don't get a W, you want to make the score respectable, and you can see that he's working on getting the ball into his advantage, which is Bryce Brewer. They just have not been able to do that. Jump ball won by, that is number 10, Alex. Alex kicks it out to Jalen. Jalen unable to get that first bucket. Not bad shots on any one of his attempts. He just needs to see the ball go into the hole once.
Yeah, he's settling for the jump shot and it's off tonight, so he need to get to the basket and try to get to the free throw line, get some easy baskets, get into the flow of the game. But again, that was Alex again that caused that ball out of bounds. So he's getting his hands all over the ball. He's just a ball hawk tonight.
Now Alex is being very, there you go, Jalen getting involved. We got a jump ball happening right there.
Yeah, that trap in the inside is giving Bayshore a lot of problems. They're trying to get the ball into the big man, and every time he touches the ball, 3 Seminole defenders are around him.
One thing that the big man we're talking about, number 21, Bryce Brewer, is not doing, he's not being decisive with his movements. He's thinking about it. He's got 2 and 3 defenders that are collapsing on him, and when that happens, unfortunately, as a big man, you bring the ball down low and you lose your advantage.
And you played guard and I played guard, and we both know if that big man brings that ball down low, it's yours.
That's what you got to do. As a guard, you've got to be able to take your advantage, which is closer to the ground. Speaking of playing guard, a lot of great guards have come out of this school. We've got a great block attempt, 2 rebounds, and we've got number 3, Travis Pendergrass, going to the foul line.
But I like the Seminoles' tenacity. They are not giving up layups. They're contesting every shot. They're playing aggressive, and Bayshore is kind of cowering down from that.
When you look at the score, you had an opportunity to go up a bunch, and Bayshore keeps finding a way to keep it within 10, keep it within striking distance. So that's got to be a small victory for Coach Gilmer. But when you think about what our coach is looking to do, Coach Castaneda, he's looking to continue to play with pace. Bayshore isn't putting up much resistance on the side of a press, and Jalen has free reign to get the ball in. Malik is posting up on that high wing, looking for that open shot and trying to force the ball inside, causes a turnover.
That's a nice block by Jalen.
Gets his rebound back, goes up for 2. Jalen, unfortunately, you got your hand caught in the cookie jar. So number one, Marcus Williams is going to be going to the foul line, and he's going to get an opportunity to get 2 shots out of it. Make sure that you keep up with all of Southeast television broadcasts and updates by following us on social media and on our website. Visit our Facebook page at facebook.com/SEHS television for links to all of our live broadcasts and updates on the program. We're also on Instagram at SEHS television, and there you can find some more behind-the-scenes footage from our students and our program director. Our website is setv.news, and you can find all the broadcasts and check out what's on, what all our students are going to be doing. Be sure to follow us. Make sure you subscribe to this and you like our YouTube channel.
Yes, that was a good pull-up jumper by Jalen. He didn't settle for the 3. He dribbled in, got to the free throw line, and put some pressure on the defense, hit a nice jumper. And now the Seminoles are back in transition again.
Kicks out to the corner jumper. Malik not having that same success as he did. Up and hard foul by Mr. Brewer, Bryce Brewer. Bryce has not had an opportunity to take advantage of his size inside. That is going to be his first foul. That's a small victory. We had a couple of nice passes to the inside. It looks like coaches trying to get the ball inside on the Seminoles, looking to slow down the pace a little bit, make the Bruins take the ball out so they can get back into their press, which was very successful.
As we have number 5 in the game, Devin Randall, he's in for Bryce Brewer. And as I was mentioning earlier, his pace of the game is really up and down and is in the Seminoles' favor. And every time there was a stoppage of play, Bryce Brewer was down with his hands on his knees.
That is the, I'm tired, coach. Take me out. You never want to see that. Keep your head on your head, stand straight up, breathe that good air in.
Yeah, that's a universal sign of I need a sub, whether you call for one or not.
Dances the tightrope, and it goes over and back for
That's
Legend
caused
Ray.
by the pressure of Alex Pettifree again. He's like he's playing man-to-man in football. He's all up on the guards, and they can't handle that pressure.
Alex has put together a strong defensive game. He's opened up the passing lanes by knocking down the open jumpers when he has an opportunity to. He hasn't made many mistakes tonight, so you got to look at great backcourt play. Got a block. We're going to call the basket. Attempted to take a charge. He was leaning back, and he may have been in that restricted area, but he was leaning back before he actually was hit. So Coach Gilmer is arguing with the referee. Well, I'm not going to say arguing. He's making sure the referee knows how he feels.
Well, like I said, in the first game, Southeast was called for 10 charges. And earlier in the game, I heard the coach, Crustanetus talk to the referees about Bayshore players undercutting his guys when they're in the air. And tonight, looks like those calls are going in the Seminoles' favor.
Well, you got to be really committed to take a charge. Legend with the ball turned over. He was expecting for one of his post players to drop down and be able to catch that pass as he dribbled across the lane.
Alex Pettifree is giving him so much problems. He don't want the ball. He's trying to get rid of it fast. And at this point in the juncture in the game right now, with the way that he's affected the game offensively and defensively, Alex is my player of the game.
I would say it's a little early, but Alex is definitely on pace to easily be a two-way player of the game. Got a nice rebound, and we got an up and under shot. You don't expect a big man to move like that. It was very fleet foot as we had number 25, Isaiah Pettiford, make his move to the basket for a nice layup, contested
well, he has
layup.
very good feet. He also plays strong safety on the football team, so he has very good footwork, very good hips. He's very deceiving because of his size.
Are there any basketball-only players on this Southeast Seminole team? Most of them all on the football team as well?
The 5 that are on the court at this time are also football players.
Gotcha. So they get a chance to play around each other, build that continuity and that chemistry throughout the season, throughout the 2 seasons and throughout the school year. And you got to think when they start to grow together, they're all juniors right now. They've got an opportunity to go as far as they can. From what we talked about earlier, they are road warriors with 23 of their 30 games on the road. I said that correctly. 23 of their 30 games have been on the road or scheduled to be on the road this year. So with only 7 home games, Seminoles really need to take advantage of every opportunity to showcase their skills in front of their fans because next year they have an opportunity to reverse. 23 of their 30 games will be home games. Is that correct information, Mr. Washington?
That is correct.
Not sure who was in charge of the schedule making. That's not how I've ever heard it or seen it that lopsided either way. But when you think about it, you got a bunch of games and you've got all seniors as Mr. Fletcher knocks down another jump shot to keep it within 10. That's going to bode well for all of the young men and women to come out and support their team.
Oh, yeah, next year, yes. There'll be seniors and, they get a lot of games at home, so they get a lot of support. But I think the fact that 4 of the 5 on this court at this time grew up playing AAU basketball together and youth basketball, so they know each other well.
Nice cut and finish. There's another one. You see a smile of relief. Feels good about being able to knock that one down. He knows his dad is talking about him on the air, so also keeping his hand in the passing lane. So Jalen's loosening up just a little bit.
That Seminole defense is really giving Bayshore a lot of problems. And it's kind of bittersweet for Coach Gilmore because he coached these guys on JV and he taught them about this type of pressure defense, and he's seen it come to fruition, but he's just on the other end of it.
Yeah, that's the gift and the curse. You got to feel good that the young men that you started, they are working on the floor. We got a foul called. It's going to be out underneath. Trying to see what number they called the foul on. looked like a pretty quick whistle because I didn't see it. I didn't see it stopping any of his momentum as he was spinning back.
They called the foul on Kayvon Johnson. They said it was a push.
And that is his third, so he's going to take an early seat. We won't see him again until the fourth quarter. 1 minute left in this fourth quarter of a district contest between crosstown rivals, Bayshore Bruins, visiting the Southeast Seminoles. Malik Huggins, in and out dribble, moves in with a nice finger roll layup. He's got a nice handle, keeps it low and tight, and isn't afraid to add a little sauce on it.
Yeah, that was a nice move to the basket. And
Legend steps out
Corey
of bounds.
Dixon caused turnovers. That pressure again on Legend for Bayshore. He's having a hard time tonight with the Seminole pressure, no matter who's guarding him.
Legend's got a few turnovers tonight, and a lot of that has to do with the tenacity of the Southeast Seminoles guards. Malik Huggins, again, he likes that in and out dribble, jumper in and down. Little scary play as he lands, but they didn't move the chair out from under him, so he was able to soften his blow before he hit the ground. Seminoles going to take the ball out underneath.
Yeah, that foul was on Travis Pendergrass. He lost the 50-50 ball on that play.
Got a step back jumper, and that one was a little ambitious, maybe just a bit out of his skill set.
Yeah, he was out. Look, a little off balance on that
Rim
play.
has not been kind. Got 2 steps and a flush to end the quarter. That's the second time you've had the stands react. Went into halftime with a nice and one finish off of a nifty pass, and then this time we got 2 steps and a flush.
Yeah,
again, you didn't expect Isaiah to get up for that.
Like I told you before, he's a very gifted athlete. He's very deceiving with his size, but
very deceptive.
As we saw, the big man can get up for the downstroke.
Absolutely, absolutely. So traditionally, very tough district that Southeast plays in. I know talking to Coach Washington in the past, he said it had to have been the toughest district in the state because you have to look at the Pinellas County teams that we had to go up against just to get out of the district. So when you're playing against a St. Pete Lakewood, when you're playing against a Gibbs High School, when you're playing against a Boca Ciega and the talented Division I basketball players that come out of those programs, that always bodes well for regionals and quarterfinals when Southeast has had a chance to get downstate. What do you think the district is like and basketball is like these days?
It's a little different. I think the talent is more spread out now. Southeast went up to Countryside and won a tough district game up there. They're a very good team, highly ranked. And tomorrow night they go to Clearwater and play a 14-3 Clearwater Tornado team who's ranked high, and also so it'll be a very highly contested game, and that would be for first place in the district.
All right, so again, Southeast is trying to continue the tradition. Speaking of tradition, you've been around Southeast basketball for 20 years plus. What are some of your favorite moments as a Seminole player and fan?
As a fan, going back to the early days in the late 80s with the SNS Express Seminoles with Calvin Horn and Elijah Savage and Jeff Williams and those guys back in the days, and then coming up with Clifford Rozier and Julius Washington and Chris Ward and Elliott Washington. And then, getting into my era with LaRon Williams and, John Reeves and Stephen Ward and, Peter Warwick and myself, Corey Rozier, Ralph Griggs, and, Hazel Stoudemire.
Rest in peace to Hazel Stoudemire, Maury Stoudemire's brother who passed away a couple years ago. I know that was a big blow to not just his family, but the Seminole family.
Yes, it's really tough, when you lose a teammate you grew up with, and also, rest in peace to Tyrone Rose, aka Big Greasy.
And we also lost Clifford Rozier last year.
Yes, that was only, not only a crushing defeat and heartbreaking for the Seminole family, but, for his Louisville Cardinal family and his friends in the NBA as well. I was watching TNT one night, and, Shaquille O'Neal, gave him a shout out, RIP. They played, against each other in AAU in their younger days, and
Absolutely.
they were in the same draft, so.
Wow, he took off on him. And number 14, Simeon Robbie did not make the business decision to get out the way. He stayed in and took the punishment and was able to draw the charge.
He got the charge call, but he's going to field that one.
You want to watch if we get one of the guards bringing the ball up the court on that one. Simeon was wide open on that baseline, on that box for a lob, and he has the athleticism to get up there and go get it. You just got to think that, do you really want number 5, Devon Randall bringing the ball down in that instance? Not taking anything against the young man's skills, but just keeping your head up when you're dribbling, being able to get away from the pressure and be a playmaker. He's definitely scrappy. He's definitely going to fight for the ball, and he's got a couple of 50-50 balls for the Bruins tonight as he makes the first of 2 foul shots, looking to get his second one, and it's in. Now you want to see them play a little defense, but you want to put the ball in your playmakers' hands at this point in the game. Number 5 up and off the backboard, 25, pump fake, one-handed push shot, and it goes in. Nice use of English on the backboard, dribbled right into and out of a trap, splitting the two. I mean, you got to love it, but you need your teammates to help you and finish that. Malik with the Euro step. Quite exaggeration on that. Wasn't able to get the call from the referees. Legend with a great pass. Number 14 blows the layup. You got to think that's the one that he needs to dunk. Somebody's going to get hurt because that is not something that.
Yeah, that's a very dangerous play, and
I don't know if that's capable of you.
I think Malik was trying to throw that off the backboard for Isaiah Pettifree.
Okay.
But Malik Banks, the sophomore, stepped in front for the ball, so there was some miscommunication by the Seminoles.
Mr. Banks, this is not 2K. Your turbo meter was not charged. I'm going to need for you to, coach is going to bring you to the side and talk to you about that one. He's going to say, great job, kid, but we don't need you hurt. We're going to need you for next year.
One thing to look at right now is slowing down the game. Southeast is already in the penalty. So every time there's a foul with their aggressiveness, Bayshore shooting free throws the rest of the night. And it's slowing down the game. You got, 5:56 left in the game. That could allow Bayshore to get back into the game.
Now, whenever something good has happened for Bayshore this evening, it's been number 11, and he's got an opportunity to knock down a couple of foul shots and keep the game relatively close. Malik with a stop and go, ball turned over, and again, that's Red bringing the ball up. He's not looking up, and right into the body of number 10, Alex. Alex, again, ball hawking, making sure he's there. But you're absolutely correct. You've got 5 minutes and 34 seconds left in this game. It's not completely out of reach, and every time you foul them, from now on, they're going to be taking 2 shots. So, finally got number 21, Bryce Brewer, out of his slumber. Nice out-of-bounds play. Jalen looking to give a little shake and bake. Brings the ball out, resets. He's calling a horns play. Hand up. Pick. He sees the lane, anticipated the contact. You got to tell him to go up and finish that one strong regardless of the contact. And there we go. What we just warned against We had 30 seconds come off the clock, but now they've got an opportunity to take 2 shots without any time moving. And if you're a team that's down, that's exactly where you want to be.
It's smart by Bayshore taking the ball to the basket, knowing that Southeast is in foul trouble.
In addition to that, there's a lot of undisciplined play down low. They're jumping at everything. So as disciplined as the guards are playing in the passing lane, the forwards and the people in the box are trying to jump and make sure that they get a block, send it into the stands, but it's actually fouls. That's a golden opportunity that was missed. Pendergrass grabs that rebound and kicks it out. Bryce is going to take that one himself all the way, and he gets his 2 points back.
Yes, and that could have been avoided with just a simple block out on the free throw.
You got to want it more than the other team. Jalen with a nice behind the back move, and while he got the escape dribble, coach called a timeout.
Yeah, Bayshore has cut the lead down to 10 points. So there's a smart timeout by the Southeast coach, Jonathan Crescinatus. I think he's going to, draw up a play, run some offense, run some time off the clock, and get a good shot and, talk to his team about slowing down the pace of the game and, playing good defense and taking good shots and stop trying to get the crowd into the game and look for the highlight play and look for the smart play.
Looks like he looked at the scoreboard a little bit and let them know this is far from over. They are not near the penalty yet. We are 100% in the double penalty, so every foul, even if it's in the backcourt, if we're playing sloppy, they are going to go to the foul line with a chance to cut into this lead. You do that 5 times, you got a tie game.
Yeah, it's 2 shots for Bayshore the rest of the way. Oh, that was a nice backdoor cut by Jalen. Kayvon missed him. Okay, there's a foul, Travis Pendergrass. So that's 16 fouls on Bayshore. So 1 more for Bayshore, and Southeast would be in the bonus.
Looking at what Southeast is doing with the guards up top, they're trying to make sure that Malik has an opportunity to control the pace, and the Bayshore Bruins are trying to keep the ball out of Malik's hands. They are not switching and going to man, running a lot of picks, high ball screens. He's using it well, but Pendergrass working very hard and did not look up and realized that Jalen Washington was behind him. Jalen with the nice steal, kick out to number 10.
There goes that
Alex.
man again.
Alex, I would say, has a very good chance, even though we had some highlight level plays from Malik Huggins. I would say the effect that he had on offense and defense, he's solidifying his case for player of the game.
He has my vote.
Travis had a great opportunity to
Alex
get
again,
2 in a row.
Offensive rebound.
He looked at it, thought about it, and it's a block.
And that's 17 fouls on Bayshore, so there's be 1 and 1. So every foul the rest of the night, it's free throws both ways.
We have just extended this game by 10 minutes, folks. It may say 3 minutes and 24 seconds on the clock, but we are looking at a 15-minute game before it's done. I can guarantee there's some timeouts that are left. There's some fouls that are still on the bench. And coaches are going to use every opportunity to give their team the competitive advantage. You see offense-defense sub right now.
Right now, this 3 minutes and 24 seconds is about who wants it more. If I'm
50-50
Bayshore,
balls.
I want to see whether my team is going to quit and lay down, whether they're going to keep fighting. And if I'm the Seminoles coach, I want to see if my team can close this game out.
Now, that's just sloppy play. It wasn't a bad pass. You passed it backwards, and Pendergrass took his eye off the ball, and looks like his teammate nutmegged him.
Yeah, right now that is that pressure from the Seminoles.
Pressure bust pipes, so it makes a diamond.
It's diamonds for the Seminoles right now, but the Bruins' pipes are being burst.
All right, we've got Jalen with the ball up top, surveying the land. Nice behind the back dribble, spin move, up and stays with it, gets his own rebound, scoop shot, another rebound inside and was able to finish. Looks like he's talking to him a little bit as he stood over, and we got a push. Mr. Brock Fletcher sends Jalen down in a fit of frustration. They're still talking. We got a technical call, clearing the line.
There's a little frustration by Brock on that play.
Brock, you would think frustration, and I see that. I also look at it as taking up for your teammate. You got to respect that. He didn't like the fact that his teammate was bullied and bodied by one Jalen Washington.
Yeah, and there's some jabbing going on back and forth. And, you know, Brock and Jalen and Bryce, they're all former AAU teammates. So, you know, there's some bragging rights going on.
Absolutely. Social media is big these days, and I guarantee there's been a lot of back and forth and a lot of posts, a lot of tweets, and a lot of comments happening over the last week, especially with yesterday being a off day. We got to travel. Drug his foot.
Yeah, but you don't win games on social media. You win games on the court.
Absolutely. Truer words have not been said. All in all, it's been good sportsmanship in this game. Looked like he was going to turn the ball over, lands on the ground, gets stepped over, starting to get a little chippy. Jalen with a wild shot, in and out. Number 25, Isaiah, has the ball. Now, again, this is about who wants it more. Alex wanted the ball more than anybody. In and out dribble. Still, we talked about Jalen and the other guards being long. You got the ball pushed ahead. Both are diving for it. Alex, ball hawking, picks it up and is able to finish, trying to put this one out of reach. Legend pushes through. He has gotten to the rack enough. It's just not been fortuitous with his layups today. Bayshore as a whole have missed more layups than they made.
Yeah, they just haven't been able to finish around the basket tonight. And I know it's been frustrating, but sometimes that's just how the ball bounces.
I can guarantee there will be plenty of press break in their future, maybe a mic and drill or two, and some laps.
There'll be plenty of press break and plenty of mic and drills. I know Coach Gilmore is very, very frustrated with the lack of layups being missed and the turnovers.
All right, Malik Wisely pulls the ball back out. Less fouls called in this last 2 minutes than we thought. And we've got Malik dribbling the ball, a little sloppy with it, and number 25 Isaiah was able to pick the ball back up. They are spreading it out and trying to get the four corners offense going as they play keep away and try to end this game. We've got a little bit of a issue. Coach is looking up. Malik Huggins seems to have had his hand banged on the floor when he was diving for that ball. Something you never want to hear as Jalen gets on the scoreboard again with a foul shot. Your point guard, your starting quarterback, and he's holding his hand.
Yeah, I think he had an injury last week against Hardy. He banged his hand. But he was able to finish the game out, that game, and had a game-high 30 points that night. So
nice to be able to put a 30-piece on somebody, especially someone in the district.
And that was an 11-1 Hardy team down in the barn in Hardy County, which has always been a tough place to play.
Now that we are winding down and it looks like the Seminole victory is in hand as we get a layup. Tell us about the first dunk you had in here, sir?
Well, I wasn't fortunate enough to play in this big gym. You know, I'm a little older, and we played in the old gym.
Okay.
And it was my sophomore year on JV. I was able to get a, little putback dunk, caught it off the rim, and kind of threw it through and just grabbed the rim.
Real quick.
But it counted as a dunk.
Just to make sure?
Yeah, just to make sure.
Kind of like the alley-oop we saw earlier?
Kind of like that. No,
right.
I grabbed the rim with more force.
All right, I'm glad there's no social media to check that one out.
No, that was not in existence. But if you ever want to see it, give Coach Bob Carroll a call. He has videotape on VHS of all the games that he's ever coached.
Coach Bob Carroll, I think you're going to get a lot of phone calls and DMs tonight about people wanting to see that Betamax tape of Greg Washington dunking or putting the ball back and grabbing the rim.
It was on reel to reel.
It was on reel to reel. Okay.
Reel.
All right, I was just checking. 8-track soundtrack as Coach pulls his starters. All except for Malik Huggins. Malik Huggins at the foul line. You got to think there's a sub waiting for him at the table. This game is done out of hand. We've got a victory for the Seminoles, 71-71 to 53. Malik Huggins continuing an all-star night from the scoring clip. Started out very hot without a miss, and then took a little bit of break, and number 10 was able to get involved. Number 25 also, both of the Pettiford brothers were able to leave their mark on this game. Malik Huggins coming out for number 4, Malik Banks. So we've got a Malik for Malik. Ball being brought down by number 1, Marcus Williams. Marcus Williams passes it to number 24. Number 24, Cortez Goldsmith, comes off the bench and fires up and says, Coach, I should have been in the game.
Well, he'll tell that to Coach, but Coach not buying it.
Ball passed up. He took
a lot of steps.
I was going to say public transportation in Florida stops around 6 o'clock. Devon doing a little more. I'm telling you, here comes Mr. Goldsmith with another one. All right, Mr. Goldsmith, don't say that to Coach, what we said earlier. We don't want to do that. Number 24. That is Brian Davis letting it go. Corey Davis' younger brother thought he was going to end the game with a three-pointer. Good guys win. We got the Seminoles up on top of Bayshore, 73-58, 73-58. What do you think? Rest of the season, how's it look for these young men in the Seminole uniforms, Mr. Washington?
Well, the Seminoles are going to have a tough game tomorrow night at Clearwater High. Will be first place in the district. So the pressure of playing on the road in back-to-back big games, we'll see how the Seminoles handle that. But, they pretty much hold the cards and their future in their hands, so it's up to them to make the plays.
Right now, want to take a timeout to invite you guys to join us again. We've got our next broadcast on next Thursday, January 30th. It's the girls basketball game against Palmetto and the 2020 senior night. Those are our next couple of broadcasts happening right here. We've got a final score of 73-58, 73-58. Seminoles finishing the victory. Start to finish, they were able to run the table. Again, when you think about the district, you think about being wide open and some tough games coming up. We've got a lot of road games that are going to be happening. These are the games that you want to take advantage of and win, because there's not a great opportunity to be home. So with that, I would love to say thank you so much for joining me today, Mr. Washington, and thank you for watching us here on SETV. Player of the game, again, I think we both got our votes, and I agree, Mr. Alex Pettiford, number 10, a junior guard. He was very, very aggressive on both sides of the ball. almost contagious with the type of defensive pressure he was putting on in the backcourt and getting his hands on the ball. I would say at least 8 steals and close to 15 deflections. So
And he also had
like
about
that.
5 or 6 rebounds.
Yeah.
And some nice assists. So he had a well-rounded game.
That was an underrated part of his game when you've got a guard that's able to come in and really grab rebounds. And not all of them were weak side rebounds. So, you want to think that's pretty fantastic when you have that type of play to go along with the dynamic ball handling and playmaking of Malik Huggins. I think we have the Seminole Band playing us out again. Congratulations to the Seminole. They're winning tonight's game 73-58 against the Bayshore Bruins from Bayshore High School right across the town. Look forward to being back one more time. Next broadcast next Thursday, January 30th for the girls basketball game against Palmetto. And then please don't forget to join us for the 2020 Senior Night. I'm Greg Alexandria. He is Greg Washington. You're watching Seminole Basketball on SETV Sports. Have a great night, YouTube.
Good night.